Hello everybody, thank you for watching Draft Sports. My name is Cole Martins, and today we're going to be talking about the MLB. Yeah, it's my first video on MLB here, and it is the midpoint of the season. So I thought, why not? Let's crack here at the MLB and figure out where the teams are right now coming at this point of the season. First off, we're going to look at what the division standings are looking like right now. As we'll start off in the AL, as we'll go to the East, as right now your AL East leader is the Baltimore Orioles, who have a record of 52-42. Then right behind them are the Toronto Blue Jays, with a 49-47 record, 4 games behind the Orioles. Then in third place in the division is the New York Yankees, who are even 47-47, 5 games behind. Then you have the Tampa Bay Rays, who are 44-53, 9.5 games behind. And then last place, last year's World Series champions, the Boston Red Sox, who are 43-52, 9.5 games back as well. Then we head to the AL Central, where, not surprisingly, the Detroit Tigers are leading that division with a 53-38 record. Then you have the Kansas City Royals, who are 48-46, 6.5 games behind. The Cleveland Indians, who are even 47-47, 7.5 games behind. The Chicago White Sox, who are 45-51, 10.5 games behind. And the Minnesota Twins, who are 44-50, 10.5 games behind. Then we head to the AL West, which is a very, very good division right now, as they're the division leader right now, and MLB best record is the Oakland Athletics, who are 59-36. Then in second place in the division, and also with the wild card right now at the halfway point All-Star break, is the Los Angeles Angels, who are 57-37 and a game and a half behind. Then in third place, also with the wild card position, is the Seattle Mariners, who are 51-44, 8 games behind. In fourth place, the Houston Astros, who are 40-56, 19.5 games behind. And in last place is the Texas Rangers, who are 38-57, 21 games back. Now we're going to head to the NL, as in the East, the Washington Nationals lead their division with a 51-42 record, but they are also tied with the Atlanta Braves. But if we consider them with the head-to-head ratio, the Washington would have the division lead, and Atlanta right now would have the wild card, as they are 52-43. Then after them is the New York Mets, who are 45-50, with 7 games behind the 2 leaders. Then in fourth place, the Miami Marlins, who are 44-50, who are 7.5 games behind. Then in last place, the Philadelphia Phillies, who are 42-53, 10 games back. Then we head to the NL Central, where the Milwaukee Brewers are the division leaders right now with a 53-43 record. Then in second place is the St. Louis Cardinals, who are 52-44, 1 game behind. Third place, Cincinnati Reds, who are 51-44, a game and a half behind. Fourth place, Pittsburgh, who are 49-46, 3.5 games behind. So, as you can see in this Central Division in the NL, 4 teams very, very close, under 4 games together. So that'd be something interesting to watch here at after this All-Star break. And then we head to the last place team in the conference, who really aren't in the race with any of these 4 of these teams, are the Chicago Cubs, who are 40-54, 12 games behind. Then we head to the NL West, where the Los Angeles Dodgers lead the division with a 54-43 record. In second place, San Francisco with a 52-43 record, who are also at this halfway point in the wild card technically, as they are 1 game behind. The San Diego Padres are 41-54 with 12 games back. In fourth place, the Colorado Rockies, who are 40-55, 13 games back. And in last place, the Arizona Diamondbacks, who are 40-56, 13.5 games back. Now, if I had to choose my teams right now, if who could probably make a run going into the playoffs, maybe flip some division leaders. As of right now in the AL, I believe everything's going to stay the same as it is right now. I do believe the Orioles are the best team in the AL East. They have some great players on their team. They've been playing very well throughout the season. And Toronto and the New York Yankees, yes, they have some great players. but I'm very questionable if they're going to be able to get in the same level as Baltimore is right now. I mean, they're only 4 games back, yes, but I do believe Baltimore has the best team. They are going to win the East. Now, if I had to go to the AL Central, Detroit right now is 6.5 games behind. I can only imagine that division lead's going to get even bigger. Yes, Kansas City, they have been playing great baseball this year, but I don't think they're good enough to keep up with this Detroit team. Yeah, Detroit's pitching has been having some struggles this year. Some of them have been having struggles, like Justin Verlander, for instance. I don't know where he's been this year, it seems like. But Scherzer, he's playing pretty good right now. Porcello as well, playing pretty well. As those two pretty much are picking up for Justin Verlander's slacking a little bit. But I do believe the Detroit is going to keep this division lead and easily reach the playoffs. Then we head to the AL West, where I believe this is a great battle between the Oakland and the Angels for that top spot in the division. Both teams are going to make the playoffs, whether it's a division winner or the wild card. As Oakland, they've been playing amazing. They have amazing players in that team. The Los Angeles as well, great players in their team as well. As I believe that will be a battle, but I do believe Oakland is going to win the division. Just too much star power on that team, and they're just looking too good right now. Angels will make the wild card though, if they don't pass Oakland. So pretty much no worries for them at this point, as they probably have a pretty good lead over anybody else in the wild card. Then also for my second wild card team, I am going to go with Seattle right now. Seattle, also a pretty good team. Robinson Cano making a big difference for this team, and Felix Hernandez, amazing year he's having right now, pitching wise. As we'll actually get to him in a little bit later here, as we're going to talk about the Cy Young race. But I do believe Seattle will have the advantage in this one. Los Angeles Angels and Seattle will be going to the wild card. Then we head to the NL East, as I believe Washington is going to win that division. Yes, they are title with Atlanta right now, but I believe Washington just has a little bit more, again, star power on their team over Atlanta. It's going to be a close race between these two. I think they're going to stay close through this entire second half of the season, but I'm going to go with the Washington Nationals winning the NL East. Now for the hard one, the NL Central. You have 4 teams under 4 games: the Milwaukee Brewers, St. Louis Cardinals, the Cincinnati Reds, and the Pittsburgh Pirates. I think St. Louis Cardinals are going to win the division. They're having an amazing, pretty good season right now. And Adam Wainwright, amazing pitcher here he's having. I'll get to him a little bit later as well, as he is lifting the Cardinals up in the entire organization, getting back to where they were a couple of years ago. And I believe they're going to have something to show here in the NL this season. As where the Milwaukee, the tough decision who's going to be in the wild card for these teams as well. But we'll get to that one a little bit here after we get off through the NL West, as the Los Angeles Dodgers and San Francisco are fighting for that division lead. Again, I'm going to go with the division leader in this one, the Los Angeles Dodgers. Their pitching staff is just looking outstanding so far this year. They have great batting as well. As of right now, if I take a pick who would be my top team to be in the World Series at this point, I would actually go with the Los Angeles Dodgers. Their pitching staff with Kershaw and Josh Beckett is just amazing right now. Both of them had no hitters also this year. Also says Tim Lincecum. It's a pretty good. The NL West is looking really good this year, pitching wise. But I do believe the Los Angeles Dodgers are going to win this division. Not by much. It's going to be a close one again with the Giants, but I do believe they're going to win it. The Giants, though, are going to get a wild card berth, I believe. They are a very great team as well. Pitching, doing very well this season. Batting as well. As for the other wild card team, that one's a tough one. We do know it's probably going to come out of the Central, possibly the East of Atlanta. But if I'm going to go with anybody, I do believe it's going to be Pittsburgh. I believe they have some great players on that team. Pitching, doing pretty well right now. McCutchen is going to be a big impact, I believe, if they want to make the wild card, and I believe he will be. And I believe that the Pittsburgh Pirates and the San Francisco 49ers will be your wild card teams in the NL. Now let's go with the halfway point MVP and Cy Young winners, from my view. In the AL MVP, I got to give it to Mike Trout. The guy is playing amazing right now, as after the last 2 seasons finishing second MVP vote to Miguel Cabrera. As right now, he is smoking Cabrera out of the water right now. As so far this season, he has 22 home runs, which is 4th in the AL, 73 RBIs, which is tied for 3rd, and a batting average of .310, which is 7th in the major leagues, and also 10 stolen bases. The guy is just an amazing athlete. You can't deny that. And he right now is my easy pick right now for the AL MVP. Then we have the NL MVP. I kind of question this in my mind a little bit, but he has been having an amazing season so far, even though his team is not doing very well. Trey Tulowitzki has been having a very, very great season. He is leading the NL in home runs with 21 and leading the NL an average of a .345. Only 52 RBIs, which actually is, I don't know, I can't remember where he was ranked. I believe it was just like 12th, I believe it was. But he is having a great season so far. If he can keep this up, he might win MVP, but they might give it to a guy who's got their team in the playoffs. But as of right now, I'm going to give my NL MVP to Tulowitzki. Now we'll head to the Cy Young Awards, as my AL Cy Young Award is pretty easy right now. I got to give it to Felix Hernandez. Like I mentioned before, he's been having an amazing season so far pitching, as right now he's got 11 wins and 2 losses, which is tied for 3rd in the AL. He has 154 strikeouts, which is 2nd in the AL, and his ERA at 2.12, which leads the AL. Right now, if he can keep this up through the rest of the season, he'll be the easy pick for the AL Cy Young Award and take his team possibly to the playoffs. Now, the next one for the NL Cy Young is a huge decision between 2 players right now. As Adam Wainwright for the Cardinals and Clayton Kershaw for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Those two have been both having great seasons, pretty identical stats as well. But I'm going to go with Clayton Kershaw right now. He's just been looking amazing so far this season. He's got a no-hitter to add on to his stats as well. As so far this season, he's also 11-2, which is tied for 3rd in the NL. He has 126 strikeouts, which is tied for 6th, and an ERA of 1.78, which is 1st in the NL. He's just been pitching outstanding this year, and his team is looking very, very good as well. As, like I mentioned, I believe that they are my pick to possibly win the World Series right now. And Clayton Kershaw deserves to have the Cy Young. He's just, I believe, right now the best pitcher in baseball. As now we'll head to the Rookie of the Year candidates. As my pick for the AL, which is, I believe, an easy pick right now, is Jose Abreu. Man, that kid is playing amazing right now for a rookie. This is the best I've ever seen a rookie in my entire life, to tell the truth. As right now he has 29 home runs, which leads the AL, not just the AL, but the Major League as of right now. And he was out a couple games, I should mention, earlier in the season as well. He has 73 RBIs, which is tied for 3rd in the Major Leagues, and a batting average of 2.292. So, right now, he is my easy choice for the AL Rookie of the Year. Amazing season for him right now, and hopefully he can keep this going through the second half of the season. And for my NL Rookie of the Year, it will be Billy Hamilton, a very fast player, very, very fast. He's not known for his power, even though he does have 5 home runs this season, 38 RBIs, and a batting average of .285. Also has 6 triples so far this season, but the big stat in this one is his stolen bases. As so far this season, he has 38 stolen bases, which is, I believe, leading the major leagues. So a very fast player in Billy Hamilton, and a pretty good choice right now for the NL Rookie of the Year. Now, the things to look forward to going on through the season. At the end of this month, on July 31st, the trade deadline, which is interesting who might get traded. Possibilities of Cliff Lee, I believe it was, getting traded, as well as David Price getting traded from the Rays, like we heard pretty much at the beginning of the season, all through the season so far. So see maybe some interesting trades, and helping some of the playoffs teams coming out of that on July 31st. And the other big thing that's going to be happening in the second half of the season is the goodbye tour for Derek Jeter, as he'll be coming to the end of his MLB career this year, as he'll be celebrating his last home game on September 25th against the Baltimore Orioles. So that's, if you have a TV, that's a game you have to watch, seeing his last game in the Yankee Stadium. Then his final game ever will be on September 28th against his very, very big rival, the Boston Red Sox, at Boston. So you got to imagine the Boston crowd will probably give him a break in this one, because it is his final game, and possibly give him a standing ovation at the end of that game as well. But that will be it for our mid-season preview for the MLB. I'd like to hear what you guys gotta say. Who do you think the best team is coming out of the All-Star break? Who do you think's maybe possibly gonna win the World Series after seeing what happened in the first half of the season? Who do you think our MVPs and Cy Young should be? I'd like to hear what you guys gotta say. If you guys could also get a thumbs up on this video, subscribe to my channel. You can also get sports updates on my Twitter account at NewsGiraffe, where I give information on NFL, MLB, NHL, NBA, NASCAR, you name it. I'm going to try to keep up to date on everything for you guys. And that is it for this. So I'd like to thank you guys for watching this video, and you guys have a great day.